What's up, interwebs? It's me, Killa, and today I'm here to review Earthlock, Festival of Magic for the Xbox One. Let's get started. Have you been pining for a new turn-based RPG that tugs at your nostalgia bone? One that looks like Torchlight but sounds and plays like the Final Fantasies of yore? If those things sound appealing to you, then I think you'll feel at home in Earthlock. The game starts with some cliched writing and circumstances. You're the daughter of a famous captain that is denied her flight papers, even though she's at the top of her class. Whoa! So lo and behold, your sassy ass steals someone's flight papers and breaks the rules. Because this is a rebellion, isn't it? I rebel. Oh, Rogue One reference, woo! In and around this moment, you have a basic combat tutorial, and you're then thrown at Amon, the character you'll end up spending most of your time with. The writing stays cliched, but at some point it starts to grow on me. Maybe it matured as the story progressed? Fuck if I know. After an hour, I was really starting to get pulled in, and wanting to check off the, okay, we need to find who? What happened to them? Are they neat? How's your Uncle Sharkface list? The world is beautiful, and as I mentioned earlier, the graphics in general sorta remind me of Torchlight. Bright colors, slightly exaggerated character features, a bit cartoony, but overall, it's pleasing to the eyes and easy to look at for long periods of time. The combat is mostly your standard turn-based fare, but with a couple of unique features that I really like. Instead of having a traditional overdrive or limit break sort of mechanic, you end up grouping your party members into pairs, and as they fight together, their bond grows. And while battling, a bond meter builds between them that allows for either one of the paired characters to unleash a spruced up version of their equipped skills. For instance, my normal health regen ability heals a party member of choice when cast, and then, over time, for a couple of rounds after that. When my bond meter peaks and I choose to activate my enhanced abilities, that regen ability then applies to every party member and is boosted significantly. The same goes for offensive abilities. When I shoot normally, I attack one enemy. If I choose to activate the bond meter on this character, it then bombards every enemy on screen multiple times. Like a traditional limit break or overdrive, once you choose to use your super ability, it depletes the meter and has to be recharged again. And it can only be used by one character or the other of the pair, not both. You also don't select commands with the same button, as in most turn-based games. Instead of highlighting what you want to select and pressing A or X, each ability or item is mapped to a specific button. When you press the corresponding button, you then highlight who you want to be affected and then press the same button again to activate it. This is more annoying than I thought it would be at first, since my nerd training over the years has taught me that everything is selected with one button, then deselected with the other. But you get used to it. Ah! What the fuck is that monstrosity? Some Pirates of the Caribbean shit. The sound effects and soundtrack are also very pleasing, if not a little bombastic at times. A majority of the time, I loved the very Uematsu-esque soundtrack. Here, have a listen. And battle music, but occasionally I found myself having to adjust the volume to quiet down some of the more deafening music. You're too loud! What? That's a personal problem, you say? You're probably right. There's also some basic puzzle solving, and eventually you unlock an island that sort of becomes your hub, where you can teleport to it from virtually any save point. This is when the game really started to feel complete and more fun than the stereotypical turn-based RPG. On this island, you have access to different crafting stations, a shop that sells miscellaneous items and crafting components, and a garden that allows you to plant seeds that can continuously be harvested to gain more crafting supplies, a rest area that allows you to heal your party, and so you could stare at my favorite character thus far, this toad-ass motherfucker. There's also a talent system that allows you to customize the way you level up each character, and even gives you the freedom to switch out certain cards that will change your character stats without any noticeable repercussions. So you can truly personalize how you want each character to play, be it with higher defense, agility, etc. And using talent points allows you to place more of these cards so that you can unlock new abilities, passive traits, perks, you get the idea. There's probably more I can talk about, like the bestiary, different stances on your characters that allow you to use different abilities, the pig rabbit named Art, and or Stacy's mom. But I'm just gonna go ahead and recommend this game. If you're on Xbox Live, on the Xbox One, and have a gold membership, this $30 game is free for you as long as you download it by the end of September. For everyone else, the game releases in roughly a week, and on virtually every platform. If you want a solid turn-based game with enough depth to keep you satisfied but not overwhelmed, and you want some nostalgic noms with some modern perks, I highly recommend checking this out. I haven't completed it, but if I had to guess, you get at least 30 solid hours of gameplay out of this bad boy. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like my Facebook page, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, and donate if you can. You guys are amazing as always. I'll see you next time. Laters!